I gotta say, if you're making an action movie and Marshawn Lynch yelling beast mode is the best part in it, then you got a big problem. Welcome back everyone to another movie review. Today we'll be talking about Love Hurts. Before I get into this though, make sure you do leave a like. I have to say though, I feel bad for Quan. He was on this great ride after winning the Oscar for Everything Everywhere All at Once, after not being in Hollywood, for such a long time since like the Goonies and all that. He was a little bit of a stunt guy there, but he finally had his major break with Everything Everywhere, winning that Oscar. So now he's back in Hollywood. He was in Loki season 2, was great in that, but now he's the lead of his own romantic action comedy movie, Love Hurts. I'm saying that so downer like because I didn't like this movie. I didn't also like the trailer, but I thought the movie would be a little better than the trailer because usually you have some expectations and you're like, oh, maybe it's bad, but sometimes you like it. But this time I didn't like it. This one kind of felt, like a stunt montage rather than a movie. I don't know if it's weird to say this, but having perfect stunts makes for bad action sequences. It's kind of weird because, the action sequences, they felt cool. I was like, wow, these are really cool. The more I'm thinking about it though, I'm like, these are just too perfect. Realism, adding some realism to your movie does help. Realistic action sequences features like mess ups, kind of things going crazy, people getting hurt in the weirdest way possible. This one, yeah, it just felt like a stunt montage every single action sequence. That's not, necessarily a bad thing for everyone. Just for me though, it just felt like there wasn't any, danger for any of these characters because it felt like we knew when a person was going to die. The action stunt sequences were pretty cool. That I loved when Quan just got thrown across the room. He got put in a damn refrigerator at once and someone threw the refrigerator across the room. Like the stunts are cool, but they don't make for good action sequences in my eyes. Calling this a romance movie also makes zero sense. This is not a good Valentine's Day movie when your two leads have absolutely like zero chemistry. It's like negative chemistry. Not sure if Quan and Ariana Debose had like an issue behind the scenes or any of that, but I didn't see any chemistry between them. I was waiting the whole time for them to kiss in this movie, and I was like, are they gonna kiss at all? Because in a romance movie, you think one of these characters would kiss the other, but it wasn't happening until like the last scene of the movie. I was like, come on, man. What are you doing here? This is not a romance movie. I'm not feeling the love at all between you. Where's the love? It's almost Valentine's Day. Of course, there's no love. It has no love, man. I was so disappointed in that. And Ariana DeBose kind of just is in this weird position as an actress that she won the Oscar for supporting actress for West Side Story. And she just, I don't think that she's had a good role since. I don't remember everything that she's been in, but she was in that weird cooking movie from late last year, and now this. She's really not doing great, but at least she did win an Oscar like Quan. Keeping up with Quan, he plays a realtor in this movie trying to get out of what he was doing. He was being a hitman and all that. We've seen that story so many times, hitman wanting to get out, but then boom, they get pulled back in, and this just isn't handled as well. I'd rather have watched Quan be a realtor the whole damn movie rather than him getting back and being a hitman. Just a personal opinion there. I thought he was a pretty cool realtor. I would love if he sold me a house. The best part about this movie being Quan, but it was also Marshawn Lynch. I think Marshawn Lynch is just really cool, man. He's a really cool guy. I loved him ever since the NFL. He's kind of just a badass. He doesn't care what anyone thinks about him. And he was in Bottoms from about 2 years ago, that one comedy. He was hilarious in that movie. And he's also really funny here. As I said in the intro, he says beast mode and then he absolutely like decks someone. I'm like, that's the best part of your movie right there. Marshawn Lynch is full on going beast mode on someone. And after this movie ended, I'm like, just put Marshawn Lynch in every single movie. Put him in Superman. Put him in Fantastic Four. Just make him say some random line. I think that'll be the best part of any single movie. So it's kind of weird how that's one of the best parts about this movie, but I'm not complaining. Hear him say beast mode once again. The villain of this movie also was kind of weird. It was supposed to be the brother of Kwan's character, but they really didn't feel related because there wasn't any flashbacks. I think if there was flashbacks, then, hanging out as siblings and all that as kids, I think that would have helped. But the villain of this movie really didn't do anything except for the final fight. He just sat back drinking boba the whole time. I was like, what's this guy's obsession with boba? And then he uses a boba straw as like this insane like knife. It's like cutting everyone, going through body parts. I was like, straws are not that strong. What is going on here? It was kind of cool to see a boba straw do that though. But I was like, this villain is kind of useless. Another big issue for me was the runtime. There wasn't really enough time to do anything here because you kind of got right into the action like 10 minutes in. And this movie, surprisingly, is only like an hour and 23 minutes, including credits. So it's kind of like only like an hour and 18 minutes without credits. That's like the shortest, movie I've seen in a long time outside of like animated movies. I just think you couldn't really realize, anything going on here. Couldn't progress the romance. That's why it felt like there wasn't any romance in here. It just felt like the plot had kind of just one entrance point and one exit point, and I tried its fastest to go there, and I don't really think that was the strongest option. Overall, Love Hurts is another movie that should have been dumped in January, as it just feels like a bunch of slop. I kind of feel bad for Ke Quan. He deserves to be something great again. I feel like they should put him in another serious movie. He does emotional sequences so well. He's good at action, but his emotional sequences are great. Action sequences here are okay, but they mostly just feel like stunt montages. So I'm going to give Love Hurts a low 4 out of 10. If you did see Love Hurts, leave your own thoughts down below in the comments. If you did like this video, make sure you do smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.